I think our results speak for themselves, but certainly there is a significant number of athletes in our sport who don't, and that's what we've got to try to overcome.
Sebastian Coe, the head of World Athletics, looks down onto the track from his seat in the stands. It's his job to enhance the reputation and visibility of the sport. But already at these championships, those efforts have been hampered by some bad news. A favourite for the men's marathon and a rising American star in the 400 metres were both kicked out because of doping violations.
I've always said this, I'd rather have the immediate embarrassment of a doping than not being brave. In years gone by, some of those cases would have been tucked away because you don't want the problem in a championship, and we are beginning to win this battle. I think the athletes recognise that. We're making more progress in this than any other sport.
The man in charge of US sports drug-busting agency known as USADA, Travis Tygart, says track and field's approach is an example all sports federations should follow.
The model that is most successful is the independent model, and having an AIU that has an independent board where the people on that board have no governing role in sport. It provides the freedom and, frankly, the focus to just do the job that you're tasked to do and not have to worry about the promotion side.
We've had an interest in DBS for a while.
New technology is also helping. A USADA scientist gives a demonstration of the dry blood spot technique, which is being used to detect dopers. A tiny jab in the upper arm is much less intrusive, much cheaper and more efficient than other testing methods.
We're always looking, even, tests that we think are really good now, we're always pushing to make them more sensitive, longer windows of detection, and we think there's some real possibilities with this new format, the dry blood spot, as opposed to whole blood, to detect a number of substances, including human growth hormone, that could, just enhance the current testing process for those substances.
Alex Capstick with that report. Now for the animal section of this edition. We start in Japan, where the search is on for a monkey accused of a spate of attacks on humans. The incidents have all been in domestic settings in the Yamaguchi prefecture of Chugoko. Stephanie Prentice told me more.
The monkey's been causing problems, Alex, since the start of July, but it was actually its most recent appearance in the Ogori district that really galvanised authorities into action. So what happened was a young mum was vacuuming her home. She heard a cry and she just saw the monkey dragging her baby across the room. She described it as the monkey trying to get the baby out of the home by its legs. The attacks so far have leaned towards younger children. So there was a 4-year-old girl in an apartment block. The monkey got in there by getting through a screen door, grabbed her and scratched her. It also scratched another 4-year-old girl in a kindergarten nearby. So this is obviously a huge concern. Local police say they're on high alert. They said they've set traps for this animal and they're warning people not to leave their windows and doors open. But as of this evening over there, the animal is still on the loose.
Yes, so just one monkey causing terror to an entire community. But this is just the latest in a wider issue, isn't it, with animal attacks in parts of Japan?
Yes, so that in particular. So Yamaguchi is a leafy sort of district in Japan, but it's definitely described as urban. But dozens of monkeys have been spotted there since May. That's part of a trend we're seeing in other countries too, like India, of wild animals just moving closer to major population hubs. People think it's because of a lack of food now in their natural habitats, as well as depleting forest cover. In recent years in Japan, there's also been multiple bear sightings, multiple bear attacks, also attacks including wild boars. And there was an incident where a black bear in 2020 got inside a shopping mall and was roaming around for about 12 hours before it had to be shot by a local hunter.
Stephanie Prentice. Now, did you know there are 23 species of vultures around the world? But their numbers are dropping drastically, and in Asia, one of the most common types is almost extinct. Despite their bad image, vultures play a key role in the ecosystem, cleaning up dead, rotting animals quickly, which helps prevent the spread of diseases. My colleague Nick Robinson spoke to Chris Bowden from the wildlife charity the RSPB, which works around the world trying to save vultures.
There are 23 species of vulture worldwide, and they're declining all over the world. And the extent of those declines are absolutely unbelievable, unfortunately, both in Africa and especially in Asia, where up to 99